Oh shit, you're right. It is that time. We're a little late. The pressing buttons.
Okie dokie. Now, quiet on the set.
All right. Quiet on the set. You're listening to WRFB Radio Free Britannia. Coming to you live from Deltona, Florida. 9 years plus and still running. Who'd have ever thought they'd last this long? Lunch with no other than the dynamic duo themselves, Laz and Jack.
Greetings, everybody. This is Laz.
And this is Jack. Welcome to another exciting edition of Lunch with Laz and Jack, where we interpret the Shroud of the Avatar news so you don't have to do anything other than question your own personal life choices and ours. Because it's Monday.
It is, and they should be questioned. That's right.
Oh, yes,
Top of the week, back to the grind. Yet another exciting week here inside and outside Shroud of the Avatar. Hello, Conjure Dragon, Jigoku, Tina, Dwip. Let's see who else is out there. I see Draken, Mr. Butts,
people,
and
they
everybody.
need to do exclamation mark bundle me, pound bootay on my stream, exclamation mark I love free shit on Laz's stream.
That's right.
And do all the fun stuff because the giveaways are open. And I do have a sleeping Lily beside me.
Sleeping Lily.
Out. Yes, she is out. Like a
No
light.
lily tail right now.
Not currently. Unless she wakes up and decides, hey, I want you to come do weird things and pet me.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yes.
Bridge Troll. Subscribed for 45 months. Holy crap. Haven't seen you in a little while. What you been up to, buddy? Good to see you out there. The Bridge Troll is back in the house.
Yes. Working.
Don't use those four-letter words around here.
Oh, I've got work to do today as well. It's like, so far, like, yes.
I don't know. You need to ask Jack that question, Condra.
Oh. Why do you look so reddish in Jack's stream? What are you talking about? He doesn't look that reddish.
Probably the glow off the shirt. The Bridge Troll, you need to make a choice for us.
A hole in the green screen from it. Or are you saying that I look reddish? Which one of us looks reddish?
I think it's me.
You don't look that red. Yeah.
Yeah. Bridge Troll calls it play marbles.
Okay, here. Let's see.
He wants the House of Pain.
So there's not a lot I can do to change the anything on it other than the let's go to the properties. Oh wait, no, it's filters, maybe.
Did you filter me out?
No, well, it's the chroma key for the background,
Ah,
maybe. Let's go with the custom color.
that's right. You can't fix Laz.
There, he is fixed. He is fixed. He is fixed so well that he is no longer present.
Thanks.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm doing nothing to the saturation or color or anything like that. So I don't know. So we are playing marbles, which means we're clicking random a few dozen
No,
times,
he
and then
requested the House of Pain.
oh well, then let's go find the House of Pain. I
Uh-huh.
wasn't paying attention. I was looking at colors, man.
I know. Even though I said the House of Pain.
I wasn't paying attention to you.
I know.
I gotta find the House of Pain. If only there was a thing to where we can search, or things were sorted by a number.
Be nice to have a search feature.
Yes. The House of Pain is loading on my side, so now you can do !play on both streams.
There you go.
Because we are clicking start in 3, 2, 1, start.
69 seconds to get in on the action. And we will have a giveaway coming up on my stream, so make sure that you type in !I love free shit to get in on the action. But meanwhile, welcome to today's stream, boys and girls. It is Monday, June 17th, halfway through the month.
Yay!
We still don't have a 2024 roadmap anywhere.
No.
Tina, yeah,
they just have one more meeting for the 2024 roadmap. Yeah, I that's what they said on a live stream. One more meeting before they release the 2024 roadmap.
Tina, so what do you need a file server for? First off, let alone 20 terabytes. I mean, I can understand 20 terabytes, but I don't understand file server.
And he's obviously saving a lot of porn on it.
Yeah, right.
And Bridge Troll agrees with me.
You don't need that anymore. You can just stream it off Pornhub. Here we go.
I mean, the fun thing is, remember, I can't visit Pornhub.
Oh?
Unless I'm on a VPN.
Oh, why? Because they want the age verification. You won't verify your age.
No.
You won't say, yes, I am 21 or older?
No, it's we have blocked.
And I thought you used a VPN anyway.
I do. It's just a matter of me.
Tina, rimming the brown hole first.
Jeannie's
Paladin
trying
Michael
to rim the little brown hole
eats him out of
before
it.
the double mixers. So Jeannie's going to be the first one to hit the double mixing balls of doom. Will he get through them? Blows through the first one. Into the second. Through the second one. Through the third one.
Getting slapped through the triple threat.
Looks like Genie is going to set a new track record over here and win himself some scrolls.
Nice.
And he does.
Slapped forward.
Oh, man.
Beaten out Tina and the rest of the crowd for the win.
Genie
Ooh.
somewhere in Al's head. There he is. Here. Let's go give Genie some scrolls in his.
Where'd you
Let's
go?
see. Well, Genie's on the lot. Just
I know, but
10 minutes. I am trading Genie.
as you was sitting here a second ago, okay, I didn't actually see you move.
Yeah.
Your health bar just
Well,
stayed right where it was. So
it is Shroud math related to these things, related
yes,
to in-game movements. Oh man, Genie, brand new track record. Congratulations.
Final results. Ridge Troll, he won by did not finishing. Yeah, you
Oh,
didn't win.
Genie missed the things, so yes. Now I can be a model or content partner access and still get the Pornhub though.
We're gonna close the giveaway, pick ourselves a game key winner, and Conjure Dragon. Congratulations! Let's see what we've got for you.
It's like Pornhub doesn't allow me to go to it. That's a shame.
That's stupid.
Yes.
Conjure Dragon's gonna get himself a copy of The Haunted Island, a frog detective game on Steam.
And
That's worth
I am not
$4.99.
overemployed. I am underpaid. Yeah. Now I should be like a friend of mine that had 3 project manager jobs at the same time. I don't know how she did it. I think it was the drug she was on, but she did it.
You just get those jobs where you only really need to put 10 hours a week in, and
Well, that's the project management jobs that she was working on.
yeah, well, that's how you do it.
Yeah, but so she was making like on those 3 jobs over $400K a year.
Or you got to get one of them jobs where you just don't show up.
Yeah, that too. And you're still paid. And hey there, Beastie.
I've actually seen a couple of those. There was one guy didn't show up for 10 years, got paid.
Yeah.
And then another one where the guy got hired and it's mostly about raid and snap shooting. Okay.
So where are we going to go today? What are we going to
I was going to say, and then there was a guy who got hired, and then the person who hired him got fired before he actually started his job. And he was only required to go in 3 days a week. So he would go in for 3 days a week, but he did absolutely nothing for 6 years. He would go in because it was swipe card. So he would go in, swipe his card so attendance was taken. And he said he felt very much like George Costanza with the Penske file, if you know the reference to that one. No. He'd go into the office, sit there from 9 to 5, and then, of course, there was no swipe out of the job. So he said he wound up leaving early quite often. And, for 6 years he got paid. Yeah, but anyway, where are we going today? Let's start with that loot item. How about that? Because I think this is a pretty interesting idea, personally. But
wait, that loot or loose?
Loot.
Something the wish list request for the player dungeon loot container. Can we get a container in the game that we can place in a player-made dungeon that adds items to the loot table for just the dungeon the container is placed in? Preferably several containers with various rarity levels. So an uncommon version of the container would add to the uncommon loot table. Rare versions of the container would add to the rare loot table, etc. What? Example, player dungeon chest uncommon. The owner places this container inside of a dungeon and fills it with separated Kodo stacks, gear, books, supply bundles, dead bodies, whatever. Other players enter the dungeon and kill creatures that spawn in addition to the normal loot these creatures, provide they have a chance, based off of the player dungeon chest rarity, to get one item from that container. I think it would get Shroud Math into Oblivion. And Cersei's, I like that idea there, Jackal. What I would love to see is also a way for players who create quests and dungeons for other players to not have to use their own items and kodos. Something like a quest token that gets added to the loot on top of gear, regular monster loot. And Catnip creates a special vendor that has some rotating items you can use these tokens to claim. Yeah, this is all work for the dev team. And what do we know about the dev team?
Not gonna do it. Wouldn't be pretty.
It simply would be a chance for this token to drop, and there would be a daily per account cap to reduce player dungeons only. I think it would be a great boon to regular player landowners and pots alike for the foot traffic alone. It can be tough to spend time planning, gathering items that players like already have and may not want more of, especially for those lower character levels or lower gear. Yeah, they need to fix so many things. Dun, 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 dun. And then maybe it could be done on a fee-based system.
A fee-based system?
Where the player where the player pays, let's say, 500,000 gold, and the rewards claimed by other players are charged against that gold until the gold runs out, then the rewards stop.
Where are you seeing this? Are you jumping ahead?
I skipped a paragraph with having catnip generate the items is tough, as players could exploit that. That's why I'm suggesting these chests, which are loaded with loot by the dungeon owner, and why I previously suggested a player-created crest reward system that was based off of the buy order system for a gold reward, combined with the XP books for an XP reward, so the payout was gold plus XP, both paid by the quest creator. These systems can't be exploited by the creator since the creator pays 100% of the reward. Do people forget about the ability that this is a free-to-play game and you can have an infinite number of accounts? Like if you have a Gmail account and you wanted to register 100 accounts, you could just do Bob +1 for account number 1, Bob +2 for the second account, Bob +3 for the third, ad infinitum. Because each one of those would be a separate email, but it all goes to the same mailbox. I'm aware you can't do the name Bob anymore. Can't do the name Bob. Now you have to have 4 characters for your name.
Oh no, you can do Bob Bitchin'.
Yeah, Bitchin' Bob.
Just can't do Bob. And again, I gotta ask about that because, again, that's still a 3-letter name. So I don't see. Yeah,
it's Shroud Math. I mean, it
just makes no friggin' sense. That's what it does. It makes no friggin' sense.
Yeah, Tirig is 100% behind this. I propose something similar as part of a greater wish list item for adventure scenes. Isolating the loot piece of it into a special chest is a nice way to provide that functionality. Berrigan likes this idea. You could have an event to retrieve a specific item from the Horde. Then a random item from the Horde would be a new tech, but Atos on a prior stream stated it would be possible to pull a random item from a chest fairly easy. Obviously, the container idea, well, if these things were so easy, then why weren't they done?
As easy as putting in brand new combos. So easy.
Yes. So easy.
So easy.
We can keep on doing these things. but they never get done. Obviously, the container idea works best with randomized items. Otherwise, an adventuring player would get one type of item before moving on to the next. The owner could get around that limitation by setting up multiple loot containers, each with different items. This means the tech would have to handle a larger number of these containers, not just one container of each rarity type.
Which unfortunately is what they would actually wind up doing. Because they don't pay attention, even if they were able to do it.
So what they would have to do is actually create a system that on the chest, the chest owner would be able to have the pool, and then they would have to set up a system of variables where, like, how many items per drop. Right? Or per reward, or opening. And then it would be like number of items per type, and then they would have it, and then they would have to create an entire interface for all of the loot to be dropped, and that would get thoroughly Shroud mapped, and because variables are hard, and actually planning things out is also hard. I mean, just look at the fact that they are manually copying down into a spreadsheet every single recipe in the game instead of exporting all the recipes to a CSV with the tools that are already available. But yes, I still think your idea is cool to put specific things in the loot table of an area for a scavenger hunts and other specific rewards. I just think both ideas would be really beneficial to player-generated content.
Did you miss that whole other paragraph?
Possibly. I'm missing all kinds of stuff. By generating, I mean there will be a new currency token that has a cap per day drop chance account that can be then used. I mean,
you didn't read
this
all
stuff
that.
is going to be hard, man.
Well, still read it. Jeez.
Sure. Just think. We created a stealth dungeon that doesn't use the game mechanic of stealth. Buy rewards from a quest vendor created by Catnip and stocked as rewards for player events and dungeons. These can be things like an upgraded supply bundle, rare mats, in-game drop items, recipes, or other newer player quest only items. It's hard to exploit if you set up per account cap on the daily drop. You can also make some very expensive and not so expensive. It enables players to create dungeons and quests and not have to be there for rewards to be acquired. I still think your idea is cool to put specific things in the loot table of an area for scavenger hunts and other specific reward events. I just think both ideas would be really beneficial to player-generated content. Right now, we need to wait till we get something in the mail or something dropped in a chest and then mailed to the player. A reward, the vendor system would make things seem a bit more fluid and immersive. Your ideal helps in that range too, but won't help outside dungeon created content. I'm very skeptical of all of these things because
Oh yeah, well, I'm not skeptical of them. I know they're not going to happen, but they're just great, interesting ideas to see what the community is coming up with.
And Jackal does point out some players have dozens of accounts, though, so a per account limit isn't much of a limit. I could be wrong. The devs might be willing to add some value to the reward, but it's not likely to go over 20% or 30% you can get from the store sales. Just a guess, though. It's going to be Shroud mapped into oblivion. And realistically, because if they put a chest in there that's designed for dungeons, they have to set all of the variable types of what kind of loot can be dropped from that chest. And the reward that would be generated from it. And what do we know about Shroud math? In the RNG, these things not good.
Yeah,
But
well,
yes,
it would be interesting to see what the RNG had to say if they were able to put this kind of chest into the game.
well,
And
I mean, this is the same dev team that on water elemental boss guy out in what's it called? The breach drops a metric fuck ton of granite blocks. Why a water elemental drops granite blocks might be a little bit questionable, as well as other things that make no sense. Yes. So what do you think about that idea there, Laz? Are you also, yeah, I mean, you sound pretty skeptical, but not as skeptical
well,
as me.
as an idea in whole, I think it's a pretty cool idea.
Well,
As
yes.
actually, ever seeing it happen, I know that's just never going to happen. As Bridge Troll put it, the game became a wish list years ago.
Yeah. There's the potential for greatness. Let's see. Da, 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 da. Yeah.
and Bridge
There's
Troll says, because the water eroded the granite, so it gets extra. Answer to
the
your question.
water. The water eroded the granite, so it gets extra.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Well, you gotta have some kind of.
Yes. It's like, is the sand on the beach that you are walking on, is that going to be old seashells that have been mostly dissolved, or is it old rocks that have been eroded? Or is it something else?
Sand would make sense.
Yeah. Well, what the little fossils. So, like, if you ever go to Hawaii, you get all the different types of uh, beaches, depending on where you're at.
Depending on where you're at, but depending on where you're
Yeah.
at means that you should be typing
Exclamation mark
exclamation
bundle me,
bundle me.
because
That's
that
right.
giveaway two
It's,
2 minutes.
it's coming right up in just a couple
Yeah.
moments. That's right. But
Yes.
while we're waiting for that, let's see. Yeah, we really don't have a topic we can get in 2 minutes, so uh,
Yes.
so we just want to go early so that we can get on to this next topic.
Well, which are you sure you want to pull that giveaway early?
Well, I'm never sure of anything, but
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's like, yeah. And sand in Hawaii: white sand, black sand, red sand, green sand, orange sand.
all right, and our winner
All fun.
is Conjurer Dragon. You are going to win the streamer bundle.
Oh, yay.
And he's
Yes.
sitting on the mailbox, which makes
Oh,
for
oh,
easy
oh,
trades.
oh. See, whereas I haven't pulled mine yet, because I have to click on that right tab. But Paladin Michael gonna get my streamer bundle. Okay, there. And Michael's not on the set, so
Yeah, Conjurer is off doing something. He's not paying attention, apparently.
oh. Michael Berg. Vincent. A streamer bundle. Exclamation mark. I
There you
love
go.
free shit. Exclamation mark. Bundle me. And pound boutte. Do them all. Because exclamation
Do it
mark free
all.
I love
Do it
free shit
all.
doesn't work on my side. Pound boutte. Yes. Congratulations. Check your in-game mail.
Okay, so next subject up for topic. I talk about air mage, or you want to talk about water debuffs, or you want to talk about going out of stealth? I think we should.
Let's talk about Ulfheim.
Oh, talk about Ulfheim. Oh, okay.
Yeah, an adventure zone. Because Brzmali is questioning the final encounter of Ulfheim and what happened.
What up? What happened?
So Ulfheim has been on his list for a visit after it got revamped during his last hiatus. The layout was solid, even if the signposting was a bit undercooked. The encounters individually are mostly solid. They suffer from the same poor ramping that so many chained encounters suffer from, though there is an option to level them some while bettering your virtue, which I mean lowering, which seems to be the best options these days. The problem is that the final encounter, I'm not going to complain about a red enemy at the tail of a encounter set that start in the green. The devs shoved their chips in on that wonky pattern years ago. But the final phase of that fight has got to be one of the jankiest fights I've ever seen. Once the wall blows in, I figure I'll be facing off against a pit dragon sized dragon or maybe a swarm of juveniles. Nope, a full-sized dragon. It's way too large to fit in the hall. Okay, maybe if the devs were clever, and it will just poke its head in and spit fire at me. Nope. The unit just stomps in, clipping through terrain and spinning like a pinwheel, trying to pass through the pillars that are just barely big enough for its collision box, which is a fraction of the size of its model. Then it jumps and clips straight through the roof, with the tips of its wings dipping back through as it lobs fireballs down from the ether. I can't even target it reliable, as every time it breaks line of sight by clipping out of the world, my targeting resets. I fought it down to 80% health before it got smart and just clipped out of bounds long enough to heal back to 90%. Did the devs just run out of time on this zone? The beginning is as solid as soda gets, but ends with what looks like baby's first Unity project. That's by far the best line. Baby's first Unity. Yes. We'll cover that in just a second there, Michael. Then it jumps and clips straight through the roof and with tips of its... Wait, where was I at? Where's baby's first Unity project?
Next to last paragraph.
Like some high school kid tossed a few assets together and uploaded it to Steam. The devs have been given up on the illusion that enemies were coming from reasonable places, like the tents in the first encounter and buildings in the second. In the final encounter, mobs just materialize out of thin air as they do so many places. Well, so let's finish this up and let's go back to this. My advice, scale that scaly boy down to a reasonable size to be stomping around a hall and take a serious look at the dragon meshes in general. I see them jamming their heads through geometry and suffering from doomitis more often than not. So, Brzmali, I don't know if you remember, like 8 or 9 years ago, when they actually talked about spawning of mobs in scenes was going to be done intelligently.
Yeah.
And in a way that every time you went into a scene, there would probably be like 3 mob types per scene, and they would spawn at one of the entrances, and this would be randomized, and then they would proceed to an area and kill whatever was in that area. So remember, almost every scene has 4 entrances, so which means that, hey, if you're sitting at one, they could spawn at another entrance and come in that way and then proceed. So it's like, pretend you're on the airship. The pirates would possibly coming from the other side of the map to take the pirate ship back or whatever. Or, you know what, the lions and tigers, oh my, decided to climb up the rope somehow. I don't know. Or go through one of the caves. But all of those things got killed because of why. So we don't have the waves or the dynamic spawns and the pathing and all that stuff, because one, that would require them to do nav meshes for the groups. They would have to randomize the spawns. They would have to do a little bit of everything, and as well as set up the all kinds of things. But yeah, things are hard, and that requires like planning and design, and also an awareness of where are the player characters at, because you don't want the mobs to spawn right there. You want them to spawn elsewhere.
I remember when the promise was that an area was only going to spawn 1/3 of anything any given time.
Yes.
And then would randomly, smartly respawn based on what was killed, but that went out the window. Of course, Bridge Troll says they only cared about money. Nope. What's that famous quote, Jack?
As Chris Pierce stated numerous times, or actually in a Facebook post, he has spent the better part of the last couple of years trying to make Shroud of the Avatar less and less money. Focused. Yes. It's not one that realistically is due to the developers themselves. This would be your management team failing to direct what the devs are working on. The easy way to do like scenes is to put static spawners for mobs and then just spawn them periodically. That's the laziest way, the most efficient way of, okay, let's get this into the game. Remember, almost all of the game is based off of proof of concept material that they were going to go back and enhance and fix when they had time. So,
yes,
whoops.
Like everything else.
Yes. And why are they sending me work messages? I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe I should do that thing that I was supposed to do 2 weeks ago. But yes, but remember, we're hoping for them to pull heads out of asses and focus on things that, yes.
Well, yeah, why not, Bridge Troll? Why not?
It's like it would also be possible that like all of the mobs in the scene are kobolds as well. I mean, it's like they have decided to take over everything. Yes. Problem is you killed all the kobolds in the scene. That's where the different entrances would be a new type of mob would come in to take over this abandoned looking area. But yes, so
yeah, great argument.
Continuing on.
What do you got against kobold loving?
I know, it's like the kobold loving, man. This has been in game forever. I usually leave the church to fight the mob instead of hiding. Though it was kind of cool for the first time it happened, and pretty easy to solo. Why would you stay inside to fight it? The wall breaks open and you see a massive dragon, so you go kill it. That's what I did the first time anyways. But I get what you're saying. If a player acts cowardly, it would make more sense if the dragon was smaller. That way he could just run in and take you out without the clipping issues and you'd have no place to hide. I like it. The mobs you have to kill to get to the spawn aren't super easy, so you would think you would expect something somewhat difficult. Conjurer idea for next time. Gigantic dragon. Breaking the wall. Player retreats into building and cowers behind columns. Dragon mumbles. I am not going after that vermin into that ruin, and calls a dozen of his smaller cousins to hunt down the avatar for him. You are not worth my time. Bursmally, I stayed in the building because that's where the ads are. Also, the outside area was a featureless monster closet. In what game do you fight a monster in their closet? To me, the first two encounters in the chain were all green. The normal mobs in the final encounter were yellow. The human boss was orange, and the dragon was red. The design language there told me, your target is the boss. The dragon is an environmental hazard not intended to be killed. And I'm fine with that. Honestly, it's a better progression than most zones with linked encounters. I did Gruss Factory last night, and I'm still a bit confused about the intent there. Same with the Obsidian Panopticon. I only tried fighting the dragon when I had finished off the boss in the ads, and noticed that I had done a non-trivial amount of damage to it from chain and call lighting collateral hits. As for fighting in its closet, I posit that any adventurer that can take that dragon in the open would face zero challenge with any other encounter in that zone, implying a greater cowardice than fighting where there is a 50-50 chance that an attack that clips through level geometry gets the cover modifier.
Yeah. Well, first off, I think, he's answered a very interesting question here. First mobs were green, normal mobs were yellow, human mobs were orange, the dragon was red. So when you get to the point where your opponent is red, you should turn around and get your fucking ass out of there, because that means that you're no match for that creature. So why the fuck are you trying to stand toe to toe with something that's way out of your pilot wheelhouse?
Yeah.
Yeah. First off, I can understand maybe going for the orange, but yeah,
Nope.
red.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, red means lean in.
Lean in, yeah. Yellow
red just means stun it and then kill it.
Yellow means slow down. What does a yellow light mean?
Yeah.
Slow down. What does yeah.
All right, fast and beat all the others.
Yellow means floor it, and then red means
yellow means
blink,
drive fast.
close your eyes and go faster. But yes, Bursmally, I mean, if you Kool-Aid man into a room that is too small for you and get grumpy that the person you were chasing won't come out and play in the closet you were hiding in, that's on you. Frankly, if the devs wanted to play the player, I mean, why is the dragon in the first place in a fucking closet? Why? That seems like even worse design for a dragon to be in a closet to where they have to break down a wall to get into something else. Shouldn't that dragon have access to some sort of open air or something like that? Why would it be walled up inside of something? And if it was walled up, how did it get so big? Frankly, if the devs wanted the player to fight that dragon in a manner that was reasonable, they would have just had some juveniles rush the current final encounter and then had the wall blow after the final wave, inviting the player out into a courtyard with the dragon and locking the way behind them because the walls had all tumbled down. Gwendolyn, I really enjoyed that area and will never forget the first time I was there, and the wall right next to me just blew and I was suddenly dead. Lol.
Yeah, there we go.
When it was redone, the dragon actually stayed out in the courtyard and just shot fire at you through the hole. It was nice because you could clean up some of the little mobs before the main battle and didn't look as silly as the current clipping does. It was changed at the same time some mob pathing changes in the other scenes, so I was never sure if it was intentional that he could come into the building or not. But it never crossed my mind that the dragon was there not to be killed, so if players were leaving him alone, maybe that was the reason for the change. Edit. Most likely the change was from people finding safe spots inside and killing the dragon through the hole with no risk, though. So many scenes have been changed for that.
Good point. Good point.
Is that going to be something where a game mechanic that should be working as intended is considered an exploit, like sitting on top of a rock and raining arrows down on prey that can't get on top of the rock?
You mean put in a mechanic that gives you an advantage from shooting from a higher elevation, but then take away the advantage by not allowing you to shoot from a higher elevation? You mean something like that?
Wouldn't that actually have been solved had they changed the spawn point for said mobs?
It would be.
Oh.
Bard rolls for seduction. That's a funny one.
Yes. 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 Archers can shoot arrows exploit. Yes. Yeah. It's like, archers are supposed to be able to shoot from higher ground and not get hit. That's the reason they're archers, other than their love of kiting things all day long. Yes, kidneys. And Burzmali with dragons are borked more than most. From the handful of battles I've had with them, they jam their heads through geometry pretty frequently, clip through terrain, and break the already mediocre targeting system. In my battle, I was coming from green mobs outside to a red dragon inside, since this was all part of one quest. Fetch a dragon tooth. The design language seems clear. Fight mobs, not a dragon. In my case, the dragon milled about outside for a bit, coughing a few fireballs in at me before jamming himself into the geometry of the hall after I dropped the humanoid boss. I play air range, so I lost targeting every time it flew into the ceiling, and I didn't have a melee backup strong enough to take advantage of its doomitis. Dragons seemed to be infinitely tall for the purposes of melee attacks, as my character was happily swinging a staff at thin air and the combat log reported hits for trivial damage. Ooh. Yes. Fun stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. And Solipsistic is like, remember that time when they took out the mesh? That was amazing.
Yeah. I don't.
Well, so who on the team would actually be able to fix those kinds of issues? It's not Scotty, because he doesn't do the world design or world building. He
right now
he
either,
could do
either
some
Sanyo or David.
Oh. But aren't they working on that new project?
We don't know. We know they play on the new project.
Wait. No, remember Sanyo was listed on the new project.
Well, yeah, he's listed, but yeah. So no, again, we saw David playing in the demo. We just haven't seen.
Yeah. But there was a question about the new terms of service and people being presented with the terms of service.
Yes. Upon my login this morning, I did get these two.
And I just love the fact that Portalarium is still referenced in them. But yes, so you may have received the terms of service and the end user license agreement posted to yourself, which hasn't changed. There was no change that is noted in those versions, which is more than likely. I mean, I launched the game through Steam, so does Laz. I did not receive it, which might be one of their IP changes or something like that, or they reset something over the weekend. I have no idea. But yeah.
Yeah.
Some people are getting them, other people are not.
As of March 2022.
Yeah.
So these are a couple years outdated.
Oh, yes. And remember how long it took for them to go from Portalarium to Catnip.
Yes.
And they didn't even do the find and replace for Portalarium and Catnip on there correctly.
Well,
It's even funnier.
apparently everything is still copyright Portalarium. It's just licensed to Catnip Games. If you read that through.
No, but if you look at the website,
If you read it through,
shroudoftheavatar.com, no. Remember, on the website at the very bottom, all rights reserved. All trademarks shown are the property of their respective Shroud of the Avatar Forsaken Virtues, Soda, Portalarium, and We Take You There are trademarks owned by Catnip Games.
well,
Unfortunately,
we know that's
none of
not
those
true
are
because none of
actually
those are actually registered trademarks
they're
anymore.
trademarks, correct.
Yes.
And they never were completely registered trademarks. They went 3/4 of the way through the process. So, yeah.
All right. I have
What are they doing?
an interesting topic here.
Oh, you do?
Which is just totally, yeah.
Bogus?
Somebody needs to learn how to read A, and then B, follow said instructions.
Okay.
Looking at you, Dabs.
Hold on. Esther Cove is requesting a cooking merchant, please. Oh, Dabs.
Okay, first off, Esther Cove is not requesting a cooking merchant. You're requesting a cooking merchant in Esther Cove.
Yes. Yes. Item or deck. He wants a cooking merchant in that scene. Yes. It's all good, man. It's all good.
Oh no!
He was probably he was probably dabbing a lot when he was trying to do this. So
you think
I don't know. Only create a thread with clear title that describes what the idea is about. Only one, he copied and pasted and posted this. Please specify either in the title at the top of your post what type of idea, feature, game mechanic, menu, skill. It's a game mechanic, item, cooking merchant, recipe, including all goods related, dungeon rooms, does not. Scene, Esther Cove. Here. He may have been dabbing a lot when he posted this.
Yeah, because
I think he was dabbing a lot when he posted this.
Yeah. Does
No need to make fun of him.
I think it needs to be made fun of profusely because, yeah, this is just the easiest way to get ignored and picked on by people like us. Ignored by the devs, but yeah.
No, yeah, I mean it's that should be like take 5 minutes. Add merchant in respectable area.
/bug add cooking merchant.
Yes.
Or, yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. Hold on. Now I got to look. There really no cooking merchant in Esther Cove?
Probably not. Probably doesn't have a full set of vendors in there. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, Esther Cove has no vendors that I can see.
Yes.
Esther Cove has the standard town crier banker.
Oh yeah. Which
You know,
which means it's a is that means Esther Cove is a model of Valemark?
no, Esther Cove is that water town.
Oh, okay.
With the million and one water lots that nobody can use because
they're useless. They don't have the deeds.
right.
Although they did change it to where let's see.
Let's go. Let's go to Esther Cove.
Because they made it to where you can actually
use POT lots in the PRT these days.
in
Yes.
play PRTs. Yes.
Let's go to the main docks. Yeah, that's what I just said. Bridge Troll just has the plain old town crier banker because it's a PRT. It's meant to be populated by players. There we go. Oh, it's even got a guard. Look at that. Got a guard. Oh, it's got a housing deed merchant. That's a new one. Other than that, oh, hold on. No, we got stuff that's not even on there. There's an innkeeper. Oh, look at this. There's a waitress.
Blah blah blah.
Let's see. She's selling that stuff. So what does a cooking merchant have that these guys don't have?
He just wants to add a cooking merchant. Maybe he wants things like potatoes.
That's what I'm looking at here.
Maybe he wants pots and pans.
Oh, what do we got up here? Let's see. Looks like they've added a whole bunch of stuff here. That's not on the original soda map. Crafting trainer, blacksmith, adventuring trainer, reagents merchant. Oh, they've added a whole bunch of stuff out here.
Yeah, random shit.
Crafting trainer, what's down here?
Right. Shouldn't there be an innkeeper? Why they should replace the innkeeper with the cooking merchant. Come back down here.
Hey, you would think.
You've got the cooking crafting stations.
Oh yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, but it's like even that it's like weird as shit placement for those crafting stations.
It's over there. I ran the wrong way.
I mean, this is like lazy design.
Oh yeah,
I mean this takes the Laz and Jack method of decorating to even worse levels. Especially the Laz method. I mean, it's like
a cooking station and a butchery station, but no cooking merchant. Yes.
Yeah, it's like this should be a cooking merchant, and shouldn't there be one more table over here?
No, that's all you need to cook with.
Okay. But like, where's the blacksmithing guy? Where was he?
He's up over here. You got to cross the bridge.
Yeah, it's like this stuff makes no sense. I mean, this is.
Oh, this was all an afterthought. This wasn't.
Oh, I'm aware. I mean, it's like let's just slap these things down.
Yeah.
Ooh, an adventuring trainer. What kind of skills can I learn? Nope, my bludgeoning tree still sucks. Yeah,
And
it's like,
they're not even bonus stations either. They're just plain old store-bought stations, which is funny.
well, I mean, they should just, since that would be a player reward for the bonus station, so
Yeah.
it shouldn't be bonus stations that they provide. So they don't do that in Ardoris, but
Yeah, well, they're giving you just about every station to do everything else out here,
yeah.
which I don't know why. That should be up to the
But
players to supply, but
even that, it's like this is like
but look at how many available lots there are out here.
probably almost all of them.
There's 58 of 72 are available. Yes.
Oops.
Uh,
Vendor
and,
listing in
and,
zone.
and,
Hey,
and
vendor listing in zone loaded quickly.
oh, did it? Oh, look at that.
Oh yeah, it was instantaneous, man. Because there's only one item for sale. Buckets of water. I was looking for lot listings.
And Dabs a lot owns a city, a water city, a castle,
Yeah.
another castle, and a town lot. So
All good, man.
he's got 2 castle lots out here.
Yeah. It's all good, man. It's all
Yeah.
good.
But yeah, I've actually seen though, Tina, that in some spaces they've added bonus stations, like some dungeons and places like that.
Mm-hmm.
I did
Well,
notice you
I mean,
can't use golden crowns to buy a player around town. Explain.
yeah. Well, Laz, it is time for us to get out of
I
here.
know that. That's
We have
why I
passed
recalled
our time.
back. That's why I recalled
And
back.
it is time for me to open up a trade window with Aber Taraxacum. And it is also time for me to send a Steam key for the following game to Jeannie, who's getting a copy of Rosenheim.
Lomir.
Oh, man. Okay, as long as I type that in right, that key is going to be in Jeannie's whispers. Oh,
Thank
no.
you.
There you go. And
Closing the final giveaway, picking our wiener. And Lomir, that's going to be you. Do you want the game key or do you want to pass it on? The game key is going to be Beautiful Desolation on Steam.
oh, man. And it's like, let's go see how much Frozenheim is worth
That's
today.
$12.99.
Frozenheim, $8.
Lomir?
Oh, pass it on.
All right. Solipsistic Lemur, you are going to get a copy of Beautiful Desolation on Steam. So congratulations to you. And of course, thank you all for joining us for today's show. We shall return here tomorrow, right here on NBNN. Till then, I'm Laz.
I'm Jack.
I'm Lomir.
And we are NBNN. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow.
Bye-bye.